Alright, so here's what I was doing today. This is a bottom board that I've always built. It's 2x4s cut down for the sides. I used to put legs on the bottom of them, but I quit doing that. I like just using pieces of ceramic tile for leveling purposes. I got a 3/4 inch by 3/4 inch cut here with a piece of pine going across, and that's all just for stability. And since I was cutting that 3/4 inch out, I went ahead and cut it all the way down through the 2x4 down through there for something like a tray if you wanted to put a tray in there. I put my wire on. I fold it over here in the front just to reduce some sharp edges. These are 3/4 inch by 3/4 inch going all the way around. So we're looking at the front of it here. That's the landing board. Come around to the back. I put another 3/4 inch by 3/4 inch across the bottom just to make it more stable so it won't split apart. And this area here was like for a tray. But I don't really have a tray that'll fit perfect. And also, I want to reduce my entrance down from a 3/4 of an inch to more like a half or even 3/8. I got my reasons, and I just want to do that. So I need to build me about 25 new bottom boards. And a friend of mine wants one to put oil trays in. He has a bad problem with beetles. And that's one way he fights it, with an oil tray. So this is what I came up with for him. I didn't see any reason why to cut the 2x4s down, so I left them full 2x4s. I went ahead and cut my 3/4 inch by 3/4 inch out here for a landing board. Put my wire on, and I went down through here. That's 3/4 inch here, but once you get about 8 inches in here, it turns to a 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch cutout like this. But it starts about right here and goes all the way back. The reason is, if you turn around and look at the back of it, and you can see the 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch right there on both sides. The reason is there's a tray in there. Now this is just a regular old cafeteria serving tray. Went to the restaurant supply store. You can tell this one's dinged up a little bit. It's metal though underneath. It has like fiberglass or something on the outside of it. And I think I paid $3 for it. The rest of this is all built from scrap. And I did put a 3/4 by 3/4 inch cut here on the side just to put a piece across the back like I did over there, just to support that so it won't bow out. I think I'm going to do one of those on the front too, since I used a full 2x4. But also I cut me some 1/2 inch cuts off of 2x4s to put here. And the reason I got one going across the top here, I could not figure out how quickly to fill this curve and keep the wire pressed against it. And I brainstormed a little bit, and I thought, well, why not just put a piece across here? I need a piece across here anyway. And I made it wider instead of 3/4. I made it the 1.5 inch, and because it's a 2x4, and it's holding the wire right against the tray. Also, instead of putting 3/4 down through here, I went ahead and made them the full width of a 2x4, 1.5 or 1 3/4, I can't remember. And it covers over the edge of the tray also, so holds the wire right down to it. But this was my big problem up front. How was I going to do it to keep, you can see the hole in there, but I wanted to make sure the wire stayed against that curve in the front of this tray. And I decided to go ahead and put a bar across there. Now, what does that cause? Well, if you look at this one over here, let me spin it around. If you look at this one, the bees can come in with no trouble. You look at this one, the bees come in and they got a bar right in front of them. But let me grab this honey super here that I have. Put this honey super on top. Get it fairly situated here. And you see I've got the entrance reduced down a little bit shorter, and that bar is a couple inches back there. So they can still make it in. And if they want to go on not go up in the hive, they want to go farther back in the hive, all they got to do is cross over that bar in between two frames. And you remember down there between the frames down there, there's quite a bit more space. So if we pull this out, we'll see the bar down in there, and you'll see the space they have to work. So I think this will work. I don't think it'll cause much trouble. I hope not. And I'm going to take that over to my friend tomorrow and see if he's satisfied with that. And like I said, I did 2 before sides on it, just made it a little bit taller. I set all my hives on cinder blocks mainly. But one last thing I have to deal with, I can't drill a hole in this tray because it's going to be holding oil. And I can't seem to, get a hold of it to get it out of there. And it's probably just going to get tighter in there as it rains and the wood swells. I thought about getting a piece of that fine wire that we use on our frames and just wrap it all the way around it and have it coming out here with a stick on it so you could pull it out or something like that. And that might be what I'll go to for right now. And then I thought about trying to glue a piece of wood just to the bottom of it here, where you just reach in here and grab it. But I don't know what kind of glue is going to glue to that tray. I mean, it's designed so stuff won't stick to it. So for the meantime, I might just do the wire thing like I'm talking about, and it won't be any problem. That's what I've been working on today. A hive bottom board, landing board with an oil tray.